Hi, so this is a reading for one of my subscribers, Jad. Um, I wanted to read into your energy and find out exactly what I could about your energy draining. So, called on your spirit team, and they told me to use the Book of Shadows tarot. I love this tarot; it's amazing. This is my shadow work tarot. I always go to this when it feels like I need to do shadow work. So in this particular case, um, I believe you have some shadow work to do, especially if you feel like you have an energy drain. So I already did my talking to the deck and asked it what you need to know for the next 24 to 48 hours. So I pulled four cards in a row: where you are now, how you got there, where you're going, and how you will get there. And I will pull cards until your spirit team says, that's enough. That's all I need to know. Okay? So, um, let's get started. So, what does Jad need to know for the next 24 to 48 hours? What is it? Where is he right now? What's going on with this energy leak? Okay. We have the Seven of Earth. Now, this is a non-traditional tarot, and so um, I like this card a lot. So I'd like to draw to your attention that this is the Seven of Earth card, but it is underwater. Okay. Now I love that fact because for me, I see consciousness as the ocean, the depth of the ocean, the amount that it is around on our Earth is like, it reminds me of consciousness. Okay. So there's a shark in this card. Okay. And he's kind of underneath the reef. Okay. There's a sea turtle there. There's a mermaid. And then the seven gnomes. The gnomes are, for this deck, the pentacles. Okay. So Earth is the pentacles in this particular deck, and the gnomes are the representation of the pentacles. So the gnomes are like kind of buried in this not reef. And so there's a dolphin up here, there's a sea turtle, and there's a mermaid in the background. But underneath, there's a shark. Okay. So this particular card is saying you need to be aware of where the energetic flow is going. Exactly what you were talking about. Okay. So when we are trying to figure out where our energy is going, this is why it's super important to be self-aware. Understanding, like, there's a possibility that it doesn't have to be a person. Is there a particular show that you watch that makes you feel less than, or like makes you feel longing, or makes you feel disgusted, or whatever it is? It could be that. Okay, so this is saying pay attention to where your energy is going. And that's what you're doing right now, right? Paying attention to where your energy is going. How did we get here? What led to you being in this present state? Oop, two cards fell out. Okay, and we've got, oh, interesting. So we got the Six of Water in reverse and the Omens card in reverse. Okay, so the Omens card in this deck is the Tower card, and the Six of Water um, so the Six of Water means that you are not connecting with someone. Someone's trying to connect with you, but you're not really able to um, find common ground. And the Omens card in the reverse is like encouraging chaos. So I'd like to show you the imaging on this particular card. It's kind of hard with the way the light is shining. There we go. Okay, so this is a tree that has been struck by lightning, and a little bit of it's on fire, but then this part right here, the part that's on fire, fell away. Okay, so that means like a piece fell peace fell away, right? But when this is in the reverse, it means that you're encouraging chaos. You're chaotic. You enjoy the chaos, okay? If you're enjoying chaos, chaos is draining you. So whether it's a chaotic person around you or the chaotic environment, for example, it could be your job. If you enjoy the chaos, if you are reveling in it, that is going to lead to the draining of your energy. Okay. And when I'm gonna guess that there's been maybe somebody recently that that's been in your life that maybe they're encouraging change. And this is leading to feeling uncomfortable. Trying to read into this energy a little bit better. Hold on a second. Okay, so I feel like there's somebody new in your life. Like maybe not like yeah, there's somebody new that you may not be able to find common ground with. And this is making a little bit of chaos. Now, that new person doesn't necessarily have to be the source of the chaos. They could be, but this is causing you to feel drained. But I have a feeling you're enjoying the chaos. I have a feeling that you like the way it's making you feel. Remember, the chaos swirls around us. We are the eye of the storm. It can be fun to watch the chaos go on around you, as long as you don't allow it to hit your heart. Okay? For me, sometimes it gives me a little bit of pleasure because I know that it's not coming in here, right? So, where are you going in the next 24 to 48 hours? What do you need to know? What is going to happen? Now, remember, these are not necessarily, it fell down there. I gotta grab it. Hold on. I honestly don't remember what I was going to say. But the card that fell out was the Elemental of Fire. Okay, so the Elemental of Fire is your Knight of Swords. Okay, but in this particular deck, this means that something is coming into your life that is going to light you on fire, that is going to be the spark that is going to set your whole world ablaze. Not necessarily in a bad way. When I see this card, this usually tells me that you have a burning passion that is coming into your life. Something that's going to, light the match that is the fire underneath your ass to get you into movement, into motion, into going. Okay. So when we talk about like the yin yang, the divine masculine, divine feminine, the divine feminine is the flow, divine masculine is the go. So in this particular case, the fire has been lit, and it is your job to do a controlled burn, right? This is very important because fire can be a very destructive element in our life. Trust me, I know, I'm a fire sign. I can be extremely destructive. When you learn how to control that fire, you can clear that which is in your way without allowing it to take over, right? And it is very important that I'm again, the song is coming into my mind. Hold on loosely, but don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you'll lose control, right? So it is important to loosely control the fire. Okay, don't hold on to that fire or you'll burn yourself. But make sure you watch it carefully because we don't have control over anything in our lives except for three things: pain, fear, and doubt, right? So the fire that is in your life will burn exactly as much as you allow it and or the divine allows it, right? Your spirit team is there to help you control the burn. This takes me to a memory of fire being the absolute control and power. But if you lose that control and it rages, it will destroy you. So hang on loosely, but don't let go. All right, how will we get there? Interesting. Interesting. So, I absolutely love this card that came out. It came out in the reverse. Okay, so in this particular deck, this is called the spellcasting deck, or spellcasting card, and it is number 8 of the major arcana. Okay, look at this. Look at the power that person wields. Now, this in the reverse means that you are being controlled by your impulses and blaming others. So this makes me think that this fire card is that you have no control and it's about to burn your life up. So this is a warning. This is a major warning. This fire is going to get out of control unless you flip this card right side up. You gotta stop blaming others. Like I said, that energy leak doesn't have to be another person. Like I said, it could be an addiction. It could be something you're watching. It could be something you are doing to yourself. And that's exactly what this card is telling me. You're doing this to yourself. So take responsibility. Recognize how you're being controlled by your impulses. And take responsibility for whatever it is that's going on in your life. I recently did a video about that. About how we have to take responsibility. Because it's not like, things just happen to us. Things lead up to something happening to us. And a lot of the times it's because we're not taking responsibility for that which is going on around us. We have a responsibility, right? Sorry about that. Had to answer a call. So, things don't just happen, other things lead up to those things happening. And it's our responsibility to pay attention to what were my missteps. What did I ignore in my own intuition that told me I shouldn't have been there, right? So it's not necessarily taking on the responsibility of somebody else's actions, but taking responsibility for our own actions that led up to us being in that situation. Okay. For example, did I lose control of my inhibitions? Did I walk right through red flags? Did I, stop listening to my intuition? Did I lose my connection? Did I allow the chaos into my life? What are the things that we do that lead up to the situations in our life? Okay. Let's go back to the first pile of where we are now. Where is he now? I think that card wants to come out, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. It is the Mother of Air. I love this card. I really do. So, Mother of Air here. Oh, I never even noticed that. Like the light that's right there. That's really cool. I love the way it lights up in the light on here. Look at all those books. And look what she's got out. She's got out her right hand. And as you can see, there's light underneath of her right hand. That's your energy. That's where your energy output is. This is your giving hand, right? So she's doing something pretty magical amongst those books swirling all around her. She's in the clouds, or maybe fog, whichever way you want to look at it. So one of the things like about this card, which by the way is in the traditional tarot, the air is associated with, yeah, totally blanked on that one. With the swords. Okay, so this particular card in this deck states that you are going to be able to, you are able to communicate more effectively. Like, she's not just like, reading those books, she's creating those books, right? That's what she's doing with her energy. She's creating those books. She is able to write. She is able to create with words. I don't know if you are a word poet, if you like to talk, if you are a silver tongued devil, whatever it is, you have the ability to communicate effectively, which is actually really good because that's what you need to fix this. Someone's trying to establish common ground. So use your words to establish that common ground, to rid yourself of the chaos that is consuming your energy. But don't be controlled by your impulses. Think before you speak. Yes, think before you speak. Are you creating more chaos? Or are you creating a bridge? Bridges are important because not everybody sees the world the same way, right? So we are all different archetypes. Some people are warriors, some people are healers, some people are teachers, some people are shamans. It just depends on who you are. If you don't know how to communicate with another person, create a bridge. You have that ability. Okay, how did we end up here? Ooh, one just flew out. We got the elemental of water in the reverse. Okay, so the water is associated with the chalices. The elemental cards in this particular deck are associated with the night. And so we have the elemental of water in reverse. Let's find out what that means. Okay. This card tells me exactly where your energy is going. Negative emotional energy is getting in the way of this communication, of your ability to effectively communicate with this person that's trying to establish ground. You got that bridge. Build it one brick at a time. One brick at a time. But don't allow your emotions to overrun with you. Okay, so emotions are a catalyst. They don't have to control us. They're a catalyst. They signal to us that something is either not right in our situation or something is awesome in our situation. Okay. So when we allow ourselves to feel, let it run its course, and then release it, that's a lot different than allowing it to, like, the way that I used to get emotional, like, was so bad, like, to a point of, like, pseudo seizures. Like, it didn't matter if it was a good situation or bad. Like, I remember after going to see the Phantom of the Opera, like, I was so overwhelmed with emotion, loving it so much, I couldn't drive for like 45 minutes. I couldn't drive. Like, I could barely see. Like, I was shaking. Like, it was bad. So for me, it was always like a tidal wave, just like bam, like smashed into me. Now I allow the emotion to come in, wash over me gently. I feel it as I need to feel it. I understand it. So that's the key there. We have to understand it. Why am I feeling this way? What triggered this emotion? Is it something in my past? Have I dealt with this before? If I've dealt with this before, I've got the key, right? And I can unlock the little cage of emotions. If I've not dealt with it before, I may have to sit with it a little bit longer to be able to understand, why am I feeling this way? It's being aware. Self-awareness is key. Okay? So we don't, and I love the way this looks. Like, this is just a massive amount of water. The little, like, water mixes are sitting there in, like, the middle, like, kind of like coming out together. But there's just so much water there. So it feels like there's a lot of a charged emotion there. And it's a negative emotion. So analyze what you're feeling and figure out, why am I feeling this? What can I change? Do I need to change the situation? Or do I need to change the way I view it? Change your perspective. I wouldn't be surprised if the perspective card came out. All right, what do you need to know for the next 24 to 48 hours? Oh, oh, look at this. This is the one card. In this particular deck, it's called the Elements, and it means that you have all, and in this, like I said, this deck is not traditional, so it doesn't have the traditional pentacles, sword, wands, and fire. I'm sorry, chalices. This one has fire. So if you look at this card, guess what it has? The wand, the sword, the chalice, and the pentacles. This is the card that says you are stepping into your power. You are stepping into your ability to be the queen or king of all four elements. That's a good card. As soon as you reel in those emotions, step away from that chaos, you're able to be in your power. And your power apparently is with words. That's awesome. I understand that one a lot. My power is also in my words. So your throat chakra may be something that you need to cleanse. So how do we get into this elements card? How do we get into being the king or queen of all of the elements? This card wants to come out. Okay, so this is the one of air. And again, the air in this would be related to the sword tarot, the sword in the traditional tarot. So this is in the reverse. Okay, so this is the card in the normal. Okay, as you can see, there's dreams. He's dreaming about a lot of things, a new house, a new car, and it's like maybe a new job, like maybe a briefcase, okay? And she's the one that's weaving all of these dreams for him, right? But this card was in the reverse. So I get a feeling that so this I wanted to check to be sure, but I got the energy of nightmares, um, things falling apart, things making you feel like you're stuck, things that are making you, they're haunting you, obsessive thoughts, like, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? Ruminating thoughts. And again, like I said earlier, those ruminating thoughts can drain your energy. And we are giving away our power by trying to control a situation. You said you were binge watching my channel. And you'll see letting go was the message the other day. Letting go of that need for control. Letting go of those ruminating thoughts. Okay? So if you're trying to manifest something into your life, are you the type of person that, tracks your package from the time you make the order until the time it shows up at your door? If you are, this is a control issue. Stop tracking the package. It'll show up when it's divine timing. No need to continuously ruminate on it. It's causing obsessive thoughts. It's causing nightmares. It's causing a disruption in your soul. Okay? So, I'm going to leave this here. I know I only did 2 rows, and usually I would probably do at least 3. But I think this is a good amount of information for you. This is a good place for you to start. So there's someone that wants common ground, and you're allowing chaos swirling around inside of your mind, all of these things, these impulses. Okay? You gotta let go of the impulses, and you gotta stop the ruminating thoughts. Okay? And when you do, if you don't, the fire will consume you. The fire will consume you. If you do, you will have the life of your dream. So the energy that I get from these cards is that you need to return to peace. Otherwise, your energy is going to continue to be drained. And someone wants to help you. Let them help. Build a bridge. You may not be able to speak to them the way you normally speak to other people, but you're good with words. You can figure this out. Create a bridge. Get over the impulses. Stop blaming others. Nobody else's fault. Yeah, we have perpetrators in our lives, but if you saw my video on purpose, they were there for a reason. Everything happens for a reason. Everything. And until you let go of the past, and until you let go of the impulse to blame others, nothing will change. I hope this helps. Just out of curiosity, I'm going to split the deck. It's a 4 of Cups. Or 4 of Water in this particular one, but this is a 4 of Cups. And the 10 of Fire. This is fate. Nothing can change your destiny. Except for free will. You can kick and scream the entire time. They're going to try and drag you there. And if you kick and scream, they're just going to keep throwing karma at you, karma at you, karma at you, karma at you, until you're like, you know what, I give up. I'm done. I refuse to fight anymore. And then you just go along free. All right. Thank you for your question. and I hope this reading helps. Bye bye.